And I'm back as well. As you can see, they already started this game. On the right side, we see Imko Haan. He is playing the Grixis Delver deck as well, the same deck as Benjamin Descamps played the second round. On the left side, we see Maarten Verbeek. He's playing the Dredge deck. So Dredge versus Grixis Delver. I'm sorry that we came in a little bit late again, but we had two feature matchups going in time, and we need some time to find the deck lists of the players that are on the feature matchup. So 1 mana for Faithless Looting, 1 red mana for Faithless Looting. Draw 2, discard 2. He has Lion's Eye Diamond in play, not paying the extra. Imko Haan still no lands in play, just Ace was a 1. And back to his hand. Maarten Verbeek draws. He draws another land, I think. Yes. Oh yes. Cephalid Colosseum in hand, a Puttered Imp. So that is a very good discard outlet. If it hits the battlefield, he can discard his dredges from his hand. He has Lion's Eye Diamond. I believe we saw a Cephalid Colosseum as well. So he can sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond for 3 red mana, start dredging 2 times, then Cephalid Colosseum draws 3, discards 3, and then it could be a very quick match, this one. So Imko Haan, I believe he floats 1 blue mana. Play the days. Maarten Verbeek just said go straight away. What does he have in hand? Another Careful Study. Still the Cephalid Colosseum. I believe the second card is the Cephalid Colosseum. He's thinking about keeping it on hand just to not run into a wasteland, another wasteland from Imko Haan, just like the first one did. But now with a Careful Study on hand, I believe he should play it because he doesn't want to lose the counter from the Gemstone Mine at this moment. Yep.
That's the
Cephalid Colosseum.
Yeah.
I believe he should drop it down now at this moment and then play Careful Study. He can keep priority, sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond in response, discard his hand. We see on the left side that it's Stinkweed Imp, I believe. Maybe it's or the other two Golgari Grave Trolls.
Imko has the Spell Pierce in his hand. The first card in his hand, Imko has is the Spell Pierce.
Yes, but Maarten Verbeek has a double option to dredge.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. There is a Careful Study. I guess it will see the Spell Pierce.
So he keeps priority. Okay, so Maarten Verbeek just played with his Gemstone Mine. Careful Study. Kept priority. Sacrificed Lion's Eye Diamond for 3
blue mana.
3 blue mana. And then he did put 1 blue of those 3 blue into Cephalid Colosseum to draw 3 cards, discard 3 cards, and that's still all in response to the
Careful Study.
To the Careful Study, and that will find the Spell Pierce in Imko's hand normally.
So 1. The third draw is
4, 5.
think
He didn't find any Narcamumas.
no.
Does he have some
There's
Ehrits?
a-
So
there's a
Spell Pierce.
There's the first Narcomoba.
Okay, and he paid, of course, the 2 mana. Very good play by Maarten Verbeek. He played around Spell Pierce and Taste this one.
The 2 mana,
He paid
so
the 2 mana that he had still floating. So maybe he has lethal at this moment. Imko Haan scoops it up already.
he scoops it up. Yeah.
So it's 1-0 for Maarten Verbeek. Yes, indeed, Tom. He could pay for Spell Pierce. That's exactly what we saw him doing. Once again, I didn't start the clock because I was late in the booth. 2 games went in time. But this will be a very quick
This will
match
be quite
normally.
quick.
Yeah, this will be quite quick.
No,
Then we can take a break as well in the booth for maybe a half an hour or something. So now they're sideboarding. What will Maarten Verbeek bring in? I know Maarten Verbeek very well. He's a team member of our club as well.
Yeah.
He has the new artifacts in a sideboard. They're called, I need to search it up on this deck list.
The Silent Gravestone.
The Silent Gravestone. I will pop up. Maybe a lot of viewers don't know what a Silent Gravestone is. It's a very strange card for a Dredge player to play because it removes
all cards. It removes all cards from all graveyards.
It removes all cards from all graveyards, indeed. But Maarten never going to use that ability.
He will just play it and put it into the field because
yes, cards in graveyard can be the target of spells or ability. So it means Snapcaster Mage is out. So that means Surgical Extractions is out, Deathrite Shaman is out.
Absolutely.
All that stuff doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
He only has 1 in sideboard. I talked to him.
But he can still dredge. Because
He can still dredge.
dredging
Yes,
is not... it's a replacement effect, so it does not...
It doesn't target or anything.
The cards
so the only card he can't play anymore is Dread Return. He can play Dread Return, but he can't target anything. So you can't play it actually because you need a target and it's not targetable.
So you can't play it.
So you can't play it. So, but maybe for a lot of viewers, the Silent Gravestone, not a very known card, but in the Dredge deck,
the newest expansion.
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty new card.
So I believe it's very strange for a Dredge deck to play a card to remove all graveyards from the game, but the other ability from the Silent Gravestone is very good. So normally this one would come in, I believe. So Grixis Delver, Elishnorn maybe came in. Dread Return to Elishnorn. It's close to a win.
It's close to a win.
Close to a win, I believe, for Maarten Verbeek.
Because it's very hard for the Grixis Delver deck to get rid of the Elishnorn. Yep. He only has 1 Diabolic Edict in his sideboard, so... but normally when Elishnorn comes into play, you have also some extra zombies, creatures,
at this moment.
So the Diabolic Edict will not work at the moment.
Maarten Verbeek playing the Dredge deck for almost 2 years at this moment, I believe. He has some weird builds at the most of the times. As now, he's playing Street Raid. Street Raid in sideboard just to cycle for paying 2 life, but it's uncounterable. So against the Grixis decks, it's actually a very good idea.
It's a way to dredge cards without the opponent being able to counter it.
Yes, indeed. So
do anything against it.
Yes, Nature's Claim. Do you bring in Nature's Claim every time? Not sure what the sideboard plan for Imko Haan can be. Ancient Grudge, what else? So he has 2 Surgical Extractions. A Flusterstorm maybe, that could be good. the Pyroblasts, but for the rest, not a lot of targets for Nature Claim though, so that wouldn't be good to bring in. But Maarten Verbeek doesn't know the sideboard, we can see it, he doesn't. Maarten Verbeek as well as 2 Firestorms in the sideboard. The Firestorm is the one for 1 red mana that you need to discard.
X cards and then you do X damage to each...
To X targets
X
as well.
targets, yeah.
You need to choose X targets, but against Grixis Delver deck that could be a very good card as well.
Absolutely.
Very good card.
Absolutely.
So I believe in the Dread Return. I believe Maarten Verbeek will bring in 2 Street Raids, Dread Return, Elish Norn, Silent Gravestone and 2 Firestorms. And let's see at both players' hands. I will remove the Silent Gravestone again. Choop, there it goes. Maarten Verbeek, not a good hand.
No,
Mulligan down to 6.
Wasn't it already a mulligan to 6?
Then that can be. I was looking at the deck list, so I failed.
I thought I saw only 6 cards in his hand, but...
But you don't need a lot for a Dredge deck to win.
No.
You just need
the right
one
cards.
land, breakthrough. You want a Dredger, the green one, the Grave Troll, and a Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yeah,
and you could go
Yeah.
still win turn 1.
Turn 1, yeah.
Turn
absolutely.
1. I remember myself playing in Eindhoven once when I was playing the Dredge deck against the John deck, and I had to mulligan to 5 as well, and I had that hand, and I played the breakthrough, and then I saw that I forgot to play the Lion's Eye Diamonds. I still had the Lion's Eye Diamond in hand indeed. And then I lost, that was the quarterfinals. I lost because I just forgot to play the Lion's Eye Diamond.
So, but Maarten has only 5 cards in hand, so he took 2 mulligans. But I see Bulgarian Grave Troll, I see a land, I saw...
yeah, there is no discard outlet at this moment. He
didn't see any discard outlets. End of turn 1.
draws the best discard outlet in his deck.
The Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yep.
So,
but no...
Imko has an active Death Rite Shaman. And he has double Force of Will, Daze, and I think it's a Brainstorm he has in his hand. So it will not be an easy game for Maarten this game.
Yes, indeed. Tom Neve, at least I didn't correct the time into my draw step. Maarten Verbeek, as I said, playing the deck for 2 years, and last week when we were playing in the Dutch Open Series, he made a very weird call because he wanted to crack to play something in his draw step that wasn't possible. A judge came in and everything was undone again, and he had to draw a card because he, in the draw step, the first thing you need to do in a draw step is draw a card. But Maarten Verbeek thought he could crack Lion's Eye Diamond in the response before drawing, but that didn't work, and he top decked the Cephalid Colosseum or something that won him the game. If it was possible to crack the Lion's Eye Diamond, he would have lost the game, but then he won the game. Very strange. Saved by a judge call from his opponent. That was very strange to see.
Yeah.
But Imko Haan has Death Rite active. But we see Maarten Verbeek has, I believe, 2 or 3 Dredge cards in his hand, so Death Rite's not good enough anymore. You can go quick enough to generate extra Dredgers.
The question is, does he have another way of drawing cards or dredging cards? But they will not resolve since Imko Haan has 3 Force of Wills in his hand at the moment.
Maarten Verbeek just says go to Imko Haan. It doesn't look good, this matchup for this match for Maarten Verbeek. Swally didn't do anything. Maybe.
So now you will see his hand. He has Cephalid Colosseum and a Mana Confluence, two Golgari Grave Trolls, a Narcomoeba, and the second card to the left, I think it's an Ikarit.
Yes, that's an Ikarit. Wouldn't it be a very good idea for Maarten Verbeek? Now it's too late, it doesn't matter anymore, but just to remove some counters from the Gemstone Mine, so he could have had Threshold one turn earlier, I believe. And with the Cephalid Colosseum in hand, it could be very important.
Yeah, absolutely. But he chose to draw the cards. So.
Oh,
he's doing it now. He's doing it now.
Maybe he heard me or something. I don't know. Normally we're far enough.
So I think Maarten just threw a careful study, or no, the first card.
Now you see it. Now he has 6 cards. So he could have done this a turn earlier as he starts removing counters from the Gemstone Mine a little bit quicker, I believe. So what is he? He's breakthrough.
Breakthrough. That's the name I was looking for. Yeah, it's a breakthrough. Breakthrough will not resolve.
No, but he's smart enough, I believe, to not play it, because if he then needs to crack Lion's Eye Diamond in response, he has no threshold, because the breakthrough isn't on the battlefield at that moment. He's failing one card. He's failing one card. He should have removed one counter from the Gemstone Mine one turn earlier.
Yeah.
I believe now he needs to pass the turn. Yep, he passes the turn. And he's thinking, I'm a little bit stupid just to not remove an extra counter from the Gemstone Mine.
While Imko is building up an elemental army. Still end of turn brainstorm. So next turn he's already attacking for 7 with the Pyromancers and the Elemental tokens. While not using his Dredge Shaman, he's keeping it open. So, third young Pyromancer?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter at all for Maarten Verbeek at this moment, I believe.
So, attacking for 7.
So he's dead next turn anyway.
His dice on 19, but it should be 11.
Yeah.
End of turn, activating the Gemstone Mine, removing a counter.
But now actually it didn't really matter anymore because he draws now the extra card.
Absolutely. But that's another Golgari Grave Troll. He now has 3 in his hands. He can activate the Cephalid Colosseum, and he can dredge 18 cards. Now playing the breakthrough.
And I strongly believe he should have tried to play the Narcomoeba some turns ago. If it got first, it went in the graveyard as well. If it did hit the battlefield, it would have been good enough as well.
Yeah. So cracking the Lion's Eye Diamond in response. There is the Force of Will for the breakthrough. As expected.
So now he needs to win through... Maarten Verbeek wanted to pay 1 extra mana for the breakthrough, but... So now sacking. He probably floated 3 red. 3 red. So now he can start dredging. If he
red?
He floated... No. 3 red mana to flashback Fatal's Looting. He take 1 blue from the...
No, the mana confluence?
I think so.
Still untapped. Oh, no, it's tapped now, so he goes to 10. So there's the activation of that Dredge Shaman.
But it depends if he doesn't hit any other dredger in
so
in the first
Imko is at 17 lives. No, 17 is it 17? We forgot the Force of Will.
Yeah.
So I already saw Golgari Tuck, so there will be a third dredge.
And you see the Fatal's Looting as well, I believe.
But Fatal's Looting does not require red mana. It requires only colorless mana for the flashback.
No,
Oh?
one red and two
red,
colors,
two
yes, of
colors,
course.
yeah,
But he
sorry.
needs Narcomoobas. Okay,
One
so he
Narcomoeba.
found Narcomooba that comes into the battlefield. This one he can sack now for the Cabal Therapy. Okay, so it's the breakthrough is Force of Will. So now he needs to sack Narcomoeba into Cabal Therapy and say Force of Will.
Removing the two Force of Wills in Imko's hand. Are there any bridges
don't
from below?
see any bridge.
No bridge.
Don't see any bridge.
But Maarten needs a solution now because next turn Imko is... Maarten is facing little damage.
Yeah, of course.
He has 12 damage from creature attacks and a possible Dredge Shaman activation.
Yep. So Imko forces pitching force.
That's very strange because... no, it's not strange.
No,
it's
extra tokens.
Extra tokens.
Otherwise.
Extra tokens.
So now Maarten Verbeek with the 3 red mana, flashbacks, Fatalist Looting. And now he needs to find Narcomoobas and a lot of bridges. No bridges. There you see the Silent Gravestone. Another Narcomooba, Dread Return, Cabal Therapy. It's all over. 0 bridges. He found 0 bridges. Otherwise, it could have been possible. He has Flame Killed Zealot, he has Dread Return, but he found 0 bridges. But still, Imko has a lot of blockers free as well. This is all over. Maarten Verbeek just scoops it up.
He scoops it up. 1-1. Okay. On to game 3.
So this turn, Maarten Verbeek can start again. That's a very big advantage for the Dredge deck. So this is a sideboard.
Now
he's bringing it. Now he's bringing it. Maybe he did. We saw Young Pyromancer in the first game. I'm not sure we saw it in the first game. It was a very quick game.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Maarten knows that Grixis plays.
Should
knows. He should know that.
He should know. I'm not pretty sure he knows. So it's actually just Elish Norn is a board sweeper against Imko Haan.
Absolutely. It removes all of his creatures. All of his creatures.
But still, Maarten Verbeek could have won. Couldn't won, but the second game as well. But only he had to find a lot of bridges in his deck.
He could have gone. He could have started dredging 1 turn earlier.
Yeah.
But as we saw afterwards, it wouldn't have made any difference because he did not see any bridges from below.
It's very strange if you play 4 bridges and you have like, I don't know, 35 cards or something seen from your deck. 0 bridges. But these guys are almost ready for their 3rd game. Maarten Verbeek can start if he has a very quick hand. Then I believe he has very good odds against the Grixis Delver deck.
Grixis Delver only having the Force of Will.
Force of Will.
Possible Force of Will in Maarten's his first turn, so
So now Imko is playing probably the Flusterstorm, 2 surgical extractions. That could be a problem for Maarten Verbeek. He probably left in the 4 days.
I guess he did.
And 4 Force of
He
Worlds.
did last game and he didn't free side, so...
Yeah, 1 card, I believe.
1 card?
And 2 spell pierces, so Imko has a lot of counter spells in his deck. So for Maarten Verbeek we see 2 lands, Narkamuba, Fatal Looting, Bridge, Igorot and Igorot, I believe.
Yeah, no dredgers.
No dredges, not a good hand. And he's taking a mulligan. Imko Haan, we see, it's hard to see.
Days.
1 days, yes, but all the rest are 2 days. 2 days. Oh, and surgical extraction. The 3rd card is a surgical extraction, I believe. Taking a mulligan.
No lands.
Then maybe
no lands. I think
no lands.
did not see any land in Imko's hand, so he might. We were just informed that the backup feature table has already finished. So once this game is finished, we will take a break. I guess it will be a quite long break compared to the last ones. They were the first 2 rounds. There were 2 times that they went in time.
Yes.
So okay, both players mulligan to 6. 2 Narcomobas. Oh no, Maarten. Once again, mulligan to 5.
Mulligan to 5. Imko Haan
He's
keeps
keeping
already scrying. Normally you should only scry at the moment both players kept their hands, but okay.
But we see a brainstorm. I think 2 lands, days. Isn't it? The days, the 3rd card, or is it the ponder?
I don't see it. I only see the first card, that's the brainstorm. But
I saw some white bordered cards. I presume they're duels. So Maarten Verbeek down to 5. Will he keep those? Lotus Petal, Golgari Tug. No.
Again, nothing.
Nothing. No discard outlets. Only the Golgari Thug and 2 lands and a Lotus Petal, and I did not see the 5th card. But it's getting harder and harder for Maarten, of course, to draw the correct cards. But I don't see any Force of Will in Imko's hand. So if Maarten draws the perfect 4 cards...
The perfect 4 card hand now. Oops. Oh, very bad hand.
No, he has...
he has light side diamond.
Diamond, so
he can crack his hand and start dredging.
And he has 2 dredgers. So we will see.
Detection probe, 2 dredgers, Narkamoba. Not a good hand.
No. A slow hand, but on the other hand, Imko has, as far as we know, no possibility to interfere with the graveyard of Maarten. So
not at this moment, indeed.
Not at this moment. That's a polluted delta.
He has Force of Will in hand.
He has Force of Will in hand?
Second card is a Force of Will.
But the Force of Will does not do much against normal...
Cable Therapy.
Yes, is that a surgical extraction or
Cable Therapy?
2 blue cards.
Not the card that you want to use at this moment.
No, absolutely not. That's a brainstorm. Is it a... No, he's shuffling. So it doesn't matter anymore. Those weren't the cards Imko wanted to see, of course. A brainstorm, cable therapy. Imko wants to find some counter magic or possibilities to interfere with the graveyard. But I see, isn't that Circle Extraction the second card to the left in Imko's hand?
Can see it.
I think the second card on the left is a Surgical Extraction in Imko's hand.
If that is what you say, then it's all over for Maarten Verbeek already.
He has two dredgers.
Yeah,
he has two dredgers.
He has force full and he can counter another. It will be too slow, I believe.
I guess it will be too slow, but he has.
And a Dredge Shaman.
Yeah, and a Dredge Shaman. Okay, but so it's very strange that Maarten waits another turn. I think he should have cracked the lion's eye diamond to make sure that he could dredge at least once.
No.
So now there's a daze. A lot of lands in Imko's hand. So
Indeed, the second card now is a Surgical Extraction.
Yeah.
We see Daze Surgical Extraction, Flooded Strands, Brainstorm and another land, I believe. So then probably it's all over for Maarten Verbeek.
I guess it is.
Of course, Imko Haan has no clock at this moment, but as well, Maarten Verbeek, I believe he had the bridge from below. On the hand? No, that was another game. Because if Imko just could take out those cards with the Surgical Extraction, then Imko can make some small guys enough to just keep on blocking the Igorids and he won't die anymore, I believe.
So we now see Imko continuing to sculpt his hand to make sure he has everything. He has now 2 dazes in his hand. And the Surgical Extraction. And a Brainstorm still. So another fetch land gets cracked. Oh, I think we will see
Gurmagengler. Now he has a clock.
He has a clock. That's a 4-turn clock.
Actually, it's a 3-turn clock.
Combined with that Dredge Shaman.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's only one sorcery in a graveyard.
Yeah, but he has Ponder, he has Surgical Extraction on hand, he has Daze, he has...
But I guess he will not activate the Dredge Shaman unless...
So, Maarten Verbeek drew some extra dredgers, now Lotus Paddle, but no good hand. Imko removing the Ponder, Maarten goes to 18.
18, yes. First blood on Maarten's side, but it will not be the last.
Now Delver Secrets.
I guess so. Yeah, I thought it was a Delver Secrets. Yeah,
Yep.
There's the Delver.
Now
attacking
the
for
clock
5.
is even faster.
Maarten's going down to 13.
This game is not going good for Maarten Verbeek.
Absolutely
Only
not.
drawing a card saying go time after time.
Another end of turn brainstorm, making sure he can activate Tetra Shaman once again.
There are still 10 minutes remaining in this round, so 10 minutes left. Oh, and now normally Delver of Secrets should flip as well.
So it's okay. Revealing the days.
Yep. Hitting in for 8.
So Maarten goes to 4.
2, 3. Maarten
To 3,
is at 11 at this
yeah,
moment.
he's 11. I think the question is, will Imko still play something? I think the carton is the most to the left in his hand is a young Pyromancer, but there's no reason to play because Maarten's already facing little damage next turn.
Yep. But he has a lot of daces in hand. He has
and a surgical
extraction in hand.
But if he has a ponder or a brainstorm, he might consider to use it just to find
of
lightning
course.
bolt.
If you have it, just
if he finds any
if
form
you
of
can't kill your opponent this turn, you should kill him this turn.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, he plays a young Pyromancer. Strange, but okay.
That's a strange call.
Yeah, it's a strange call. But Maarten cannot pass a turn anymore because
no. So he's playing way to key priority, sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond. Yes, Fateless Looting. So if Imko shouldn't have any counter magic, this could be lethal actually. Yeah. Only there's already one Narcomoba in the graveyard that doesn't come to the battlefield. So it could be very hard, but but Imko only has the daisies.
Has 2 daisies.
So he can't counter it. Because Verbeek is 3 mana floating. 3 mana floating.
But he's removing the Dolgate Gravefall, of course. So we still see a Stinkweed Imp.
Yep. And now we will see the surgical extraction.
On the Stinkweed Imps, I guess.
On the Stinkweed Imps, and then it's
game over. Game over. Maarten loses 2 games to 1. And Imko continues his flawless streak. He's on 3-0.
Good, and we are going to take a break for 10 minutes or something. We heard 2 minutes ago, 10 minutes remaining in the round, so 10 to 15 minutes we will be back with round 4 of our Legacy event.